Are we back? Let's see here. Are we back? All right, got that audio. Starting the music now. Wait, hold on. Start the music now. Okay, music's working, thankfully. Now here's my mic channel. Okay, music's working, thankfully. Now here's my mic channel. All right, I think that works. All right, I think that works. All right, sorry about that. I'm actually going to turn the audio down just a smidge. There we go. All right, cool. Now I'm mostly confident the audio is working. If anybody jumps on here and there's no music playing, please let me know. All right, let's get back into this statue. So the dry fit's good. I'm happy with it. It's going to be a little bit more work to get these gaps all filled, but the figure itself is actually looking pretty cool. See that? Try to keep stuff in focus. Tell if I'm actually making stuff worse. Oh god, no. Come back. that's enough messing around with cameras. Let's mess around with this model. Alright, so first things first, separate some of these pieces. Need to sand down the hat just a smidge. Before I get to the sanding, I want to get these gaps filled, and then that way I can start drying. I really hope this body comes out of this jacket without it breaking. Alright, success. Get a tight fit later. My station cleaned up. Clean station's a happy station. About to wreck it anyway, so let's just get stuff out of the way for right now. I think the main body parts are all good. I'll check them one last time. They need to be sanded. Probably knock that down just a little bit. They need to be sanded and put up on little sticks so that I can start priming. May even start priming this evening. That'd be swell. Get all this stuff to dry. I don't have too many spots to fill, honestly. On the rocks. There's some putty in there. Some putty in there, some putty along here. This is underneath the air thing, so it should probably just leave that alone. I might fill the front, that little gap there. Where another one of these crystal things goes, which I guess that means I'm going to need to finish prepping those crystal pieces just to make sure I can get a solid fit in here for those. See if I need to sand any of this out or knock out any of this lip here. This thing in the model is just black. I don't know if it's supposed to be like cloud or if it's supposed to be like air. I mean, it could even be like water, maybe. Like water and like foam, like white. I don't know. I have no idea. I think I'm just gonna do it like a smoke. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do it white, like gray and white. Because yeah, in the sample photo, it's black. Looks weird. Anyway, there was some gap filler around here, some putty. I'm probably gonna do putty for most of this because I mean these are gigantic gaps. That stuff I'm not gonna worry about down in there. So I have mostly like, you know, really kind of large gaps in this model. I know I gotta plug that hole. I should not have put a hole there. It helps the drainage though. Note these bones have some important stuff on them. on second thought, this green stuff is going to be difficult to sand. I don't think I'm going to set it here, but I don't think I'm going to need that. I think I can use just some plastic putty or some milliput. I haven't used milliput in a while. What I'm probably going to end up doing anyway is just using this plastic putty to block the main part of the gaps, and then go back in with some resin, kind of fill it to the smoothing level. Sticks though. Alright, let's see what we got here. So first, a little bit. Just swap this on right out the tube. I'm gonna just want to hold that space right now. Stuff dries pretty quick, so not that much. Trying to have a good time. Not have tons of things to sand when I'm done here. Cool stuff about this is that you can, when it's in its liquid form, you can just wipe it right away, so you get a kind of a nice start. There we go. And then these people actually see. Well, we let him dry. You were going to need a bunch. I do have a little more. I do have some detail work I'm going to need to go back in and sand that down. This first step is really just about filling the main space. And then go back in with some resin after I sand this down, because this shrinks a little bit, so you end up seeing the seeing the gap again. But once the space is filled, the resin can rest. Why I'm being so ginger with this? You doing the opposite. If anything, sometimes this plastic stuff works really well in the rock areas, because the it just has a natural kind of like rocky look when it dries, and texture it, pattern it just right. You don't really have to sand it. We're not trying to make it look nice at this stage. Filling the hole in. That was one of the hardest, not hardest, but one of the main things I learned getting into this hobby is that when you're starting on any statue, it's going to look like poop. It will look like absolute garbage up until like the last 2 or 3 steps. And so I just always have to repeat to myself, trust the process. Trust the process. Just like I'm doing now. Swapping the junk on here, hoping that future state is not going to look like garbage. Just want you to grip and fill that edge there. That's all you need to do for me. Alright. Yeah, that's not so bad. All those spots. And then let this dry. By the time I'm done with that, it should be dry. And then I'll sand it down and do my resin. It's a fun little process. And then another round of sanding. The sanding never ends at this stage. Oh, I mean, I guess this is the sanding stage. You should be experienced. But it's funny because a lot of people don't. They try to get in here and just think they're going to pull the model right off the plate and just go right into painting some awesome thing. And if that's your impression, I got some news for you. Putty does kind of dry, and it starts to flake. Hate these the very, very bottom. There's always a little tiny gap, and not super noticeable, but it's always there. Later. I want to obliterate the wood texture. I've been doing a lot of research on the color palette for this guy, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun to paint. This is the first time I've tried to do something kind of cartoon, but you know what I mean? I'm used to make everything super gritty and dirty. I'm probably still gonna do a little bit of washes and stuff, in his clothing and that kind of thing. But his skin, I think I want his skin to be that super anime smooth, you know. And the reference material, the little accents that he has are black. And that's kind of cool. I like some little black scars and scrapes and stuff. And it's like a mixture of little black kind of lines and things, and then some just color, some little bruising, just discoloration in the skin. He's been doing stuff. Alright, now this kind of sucks. I wish the maker had not split the model right down the top of this dome thing, because now it's not going to be a perfect dome. It's going to have be a smidge wider, and then the geometry is going to be a little bit off. But yeah, I mean, if he just move the divider, the split over just, that far, quarter of an inch, maybe, then this ball globe thing, whatever this decoration, would be intact. Or even just separate it like on one of these, like on these posts, like, and that would have made it easier too. I mean, I'm not a 3D modeler, but this has really nothing to do with the artistry of the model. The actual artistry of the model is great. Like, I love the pose, I love the, his expression. It's a very dynamic statue, but the construction files, like the actual just engineering part of it, do a little better. Better to have a little overfold. I'd rather sand it out and sand it, fill it, sand it, fill it. It's another thing about this model stuff is, like, I feel like you work in like big swaths, like you work doing like big stuff until you get down to just doing like little details, pupils in the eyes and stuff. It's just fun to go from like the big, heavy, like construction parts of it, the sanding and the cleaning and the chemistry, all this alcohol and all the stuff, all that parts, to then at the end having this delicate little thing that you're so afraid to ruin. This would be said for any kind of maker. You always start with the raw material and work out the detail as you create. I'm not creating this, I'm just, what I'm saying. Weird thing I like about this hobby. Particular, could probably use a little cover coating of resin anyway, because it's got some swirl marks in it from the print. I think I'm going to do these in like a metallic gold kind of color, so I want them to be smooth and as even as possible. These lines should work out nicely so far. Let's keep moving. Just getting some in the gap, just hold space, and then sand it down. It shrinks, and then at least the resin coat I have a bed to sit on. Such a small line, and I'm putting so much junk on it. Universal leveler. That I think I will definitely clean up now. See, that's already pretty much glad that epoxy did the trick. These, again, this is just one of those weird modeling things that, like, I know exactly what he did. Through a projection, like a projection map to displace to make the rock pattern. But down the sides, you can see where the displacement map stretched. So it's like it's got these kind of skewed things, and he's got some like pixelation and stuff here where the rocks don't look like rocks. It looks like there's like little triangles in here, like here down this side. Again, where the texture, where the displacement map will head across the model in that direction. There's nothing I can do about it. I mean, I guess I could use some of this stuff, just kind of putty it up a little bit. But when it's painted, yeah, it's not really noticeable. These are but like the main rock that he's standing on, I don't know, it's got some, I don't know if I like that. I may go in here and dab on some of this putty just to mask some of that tessellation or whatever it is. Yeah, what I mean is like that light. Probably over. On rocks because it doesn't have to, the more uneven the better. This stuff I may not even sand if I can blend it in. So I'm just going to put it in here and just kind of work it. Into where these crevices and stuff naturally are, then it doesn't stick out much. I want you to do the job, but don't be obvious about it, you know. It helps too to weird because it's kind of the opposite approach. I want a kind of a wide patch because that gives it more opportunity to blend in with the model. Girdling again. Give that a little bit of sculpt. And that way, whenever I paint over it, it'll look like this. You, I'm not going to worry about. You. That is had gone in here with Buddy, it would not have been a good time. And there's this little notch of the seal, bottom of the come together. What is that? An extra little fuck you right at the end. Water. Little finger. My little finger's not little enough. Always a tool for the job. So I'm just add a little water to this. So then it kind of runs into that seam, but smoothed out. We're going to be looking at this anyway. We'll be looking at the crystally bits and cool dudes standing on the top. Oh, but I do want to get rid of that. A little much. I've also got some little model train, like little train model rocks. I can always stick on here to build it up a little. Those are kind of fun because they add a little extra as to model. Oh, that's why it's a big gap. Bigger than I thought. How that looks. This I can kind of slip in there. into this, into the model a little bit. Plus the sand gives it a little more of a natural transition. Hopefully you don't end them. Go. Sorry. That was loud. Close down here either because he's got where his foot goes. I'll mess with that. This is where that big air is. I think it's supposed to be like an air blast. There's this big transparent horn wave looking thing sticking out here. So I don't want to put a whole bunch of material in here that's going to interfere with it. I also hope that you don't see all the way through there because that's not. It is like a crystal. And it is going to be semi-transparent. spots it. For the most part. Wait until after I get it all. Alright, little prime coat just to see if there are any more imperfections that I need to work out. So after I'm done with the prep work, then I will go in with a very, very light base coat, and that just helps identify, if there's any other deficiencies in the model or any other errors or anything I want to clean up before I do a paint. Before I do a final prime, a paint, do a very, very light prime. Again, just because it has a kind of a spotter coat. And then sand it, seal it, whatever I got to do to get it right. And then go back and just kind of hose it down with the primer. I just lost something. Well, it must not have been important. If that's the case, that is swell. I love these silicone tools. These things come in super handy. For touching stuff you don't want to be touching with your fingies. Alright, we're gonna give that a few minutes to dry. How's it going? Like so. Got a couple minutes to dry. Go back to this thing. Go back to doing some sanding. see this. So why am I wasting my time sanding it? Because, Bobby, you're thorough. That's why. So I can still feel just a tiny divot. Right there. So I'm going to fill that in with a tiny bit of resin. And see where we're at with it. I can feel it with my finger, and you're definitely going to see it when the light hits it. I mean, this thing is going to be kind of nestled in here like this, so I still want it to be nice and covered though. Nope. Let's do the things. Got some resin. I have got a UV torch. It might need to be charged before I use it. Maybe not, maybe it's okay. And don't forget, safety goggles. Always important, kids. Protect them eyeballs. This is my fine tip adapter, but to get in like little tiny spaces. I'm just going to put a drop of resin right there. I'm going to fill that little area just a smidge. And then I'm going to cure it. A couple seconds. Torch. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, 6 Mississippi, 7 Mississippi, 8 Mississippi, 9 Mississippi, and Mississippi. Alright, that should be good enough. Hit there. Alright, for the most part, we're dry-ish. Thicker, a little thick glob. Focus that light. Kind of a thick glob of resin. Some of these jazzy tunes that are crazy loud right now. Animal Crossing. Thought I recognized that. How is Animal Crossing royalty free? Find out. That or YouTube's gonna block it. I'm just happy I got the audio working. At least I hope it's still working. Matter of fact, I might just let that other stuff dry. Take a quick break and check the stream. Make sure it's working again. Alright. Salad. reason this thing. Get in there. Yeah. Sand being used left on the patio. I think that one's junked up. I'm probably a little too aggressive with my sand grits, and I also don't like to, need a sand to a super polish, so I'll rarely go up to 1,000 grit sandpaper unless I'm doing like metal. For the most part, I just use it to kind of obliterate, remove material. That should be nice and smooth now.
Got all these men writing songs to me. And then I go home and I listen to them alone.
Oh, still high.
What is it with you rock and rollers? You can perform for 1,000 people and you can't be honest with one.
Perfect. Can't feel a thing. Like it never happened. Oh, I also gotta fill that. there. There. Hands are good, legs are good, body's good. Yeah, alright, cool. Alright, I can take a quick health and safety break. Get stuff dry over there and get back to processing work on that. And then a clean. So I shall return shortly. change of plans. Wife needs me to do something, so I will maybe pick this back up.